Lumbar fusion is a technique in which two or more vertebrae are fused together to make one vertebrae. The most common indications for lumbar fusion are for people who have instability, spondylolisthesis, where one vertebrae moves abnormally in relationship to the adjacent vertebrae. Another indication for lumbar fusion is people who have degenerative scoliosis in their lumbar spine, or an abnormal curvature of their spine, which can be corrected with the lumbar fusion. The steps involved in a lumbar fusion depend on the approach that is used. The most common approach is through the back of the spine, where screws are placed, the disc is removed, and the two vertebrae are fused together by placement of a cage and bone graft in the disc space. Sometimes it can be done through the front and through the abdomen, and occasionally it is also done through the patient's flank and down the side to the vertebrae. The goal of any fusion is to fuse two or more vertebrae together with bone so that they become one large vertebrae. This eliminates the motion at the disc space and allows the new whole vertebrae to move as a single vertebrae. A standard lumbar fusion is done through the back of the spine. An incision is made to expose the spine and the joints in the back of the spine. Screws and rods are placed on either side, and then the bone can be removed to free up the nerves. At the time of surgery, the disc is also removed, usually through the back of the spine, and cages are placed, usually side by side, two cages like the one here, with bone graft material in the cage to allow bone to grow through. Over 12 to 18 months, bone grows through, and these two vertebrae become one vertebrae. Depending on the type of surgery that is done, a lumbar fusion can take anywhere from 2 hours to about 6 hours, sometimes longer if more levels are involved. Because it is a long surgery, patients are often in the hospital 3 to 4 days, and then when they go home, they will wear a brace for about 3 months. Because this surgery takes a great deal of time to heal, and the bone healing takes a year to a year and a half, patients are restricted in how much they can lift and how much they can participate in activities for 4 to 6 months after surgery. Once they have passed that period of time, they can get back to all of their activities, and I always recommend a core strengthening program such as yoga or Pilates to prevent problems at the adjacent level.